and welcome to Newsmakers. I'm your host, Nancy Lewis. We're here today in the Truman Presidential Library, the Oval Office, which you can see behind us. I'm here today to talk about the Kansas City, Missouri budget with Kansas City Mayor Pro Tem Scott Wagner. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
All right, so this budget process is a bear, isn't it? I mean, it's not something that you get over in a week or two. It's months long, right?
Absolutely, and especially when we talk about the annual budget. We just received the city manager and mayor's budget on February 11th, and now we're going through a process of various public hearings that will take us to a point whereby March the 24th, we will actually vote on that budget in preparation for the fiscal year that starts on May 1.
Right, so how does that work? So you have this proposed budget, and then everybody gets their 2 cents worth, and then how close is the ending budget to that proposed budget? Is it pretty close?
Well, it's pretty close, and that's when you understand how the budget is actually set up. You know, it's a $1.53 billion budget that we're looking at. About a third of that is within what we call our enterprise funds, which is our water department, our airport, and those are fairly fixed and stable things, you know, because they're business units, they make what they take in. Then you have another third of that budget, which is all dedicated monies, usually dedicated taxes like the parks tax, like a transit tax, ATA tax, and so on and so forth. So those are fairly non-discretionary things. And then you get to our general fund, of which most of that is dedicated to various things like police officers, the fire department. And so when you really get down to it, you're kind of changing things along the periphery, not really moving millions of dollars when we get into this process.
So I know, at least in the proposed budget, there are some changes. There is more money dedicated toward this funding for vacant housing. Talk to me about that.
Right, so you know, one of the things that we have heard over and over again in our public meetings when we have been doing our 5-year financial planning, that there is really a desire to do more things related to neighborhoods, and certainly dangerous buildings and vacant housing are one of those things. So we're really taking advantage of an economic opportunity that we have because our economy has been better, and therefore we have been able to do better as far as our revenues. And so we're going to go out on a limb a little bit, and we're going to do a $10 million program to take down the over 800 dangerous buildings that we have in Kansas City, Missouri. About 250 of those are properties that are now inside the city's land bank, and the balance of those are there on private properties from individuals who have not cared for their properties, but they continue to pay their taxes, and therefore they have not come into the city. So we know that the more that those structures sit, the more property values around them go down, and so we're going to try to do something about that. Give one last opportunity for those who may be interested in some of those properties that we have, but if not, then we're going to try over the next couple of years through this offering and this budget to take them down.
And I know that there's actually a little more money for arts organizations this time too, at least proposed.
Right, so we've tried from the last term, your viewers may recall that we spent a lot of time doing arts planning and how do we expand the arts community in Kansas City. And so our budget reflects a little bit more money in the area of staffing, in the area of micro-lending to artists. So we're really trying to, I mean, it's an incremental thing. I'm not sure if we'll take over the world in the arts scene, but I think we will begin to move forward in that scene and really show those who are interested in the arts in Kansas City, or those who may be looking for a city that is more friendly to the arts, and Kansas City will come to the top.
All right, lots to think about. Thanks a lot.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you for being here, and thank you for being here. We hope to see you next time on Newsmakers.